Understanding Companies Act, Section 80 Date of Notice of Charge. The provisions outlined in Section 80 of the Companies Act establish important legal implications regarding the notice of charges registered against a company's property, assets, or undertakings. This section specifically addresses how and when a notice of such a charge is considered effective for third parties. Below is a detailed explanation of this section's key elements and its practical implications. 1. Registration of charges under Section 77. Before delving into Section 80, it is essential to understand the context of charges being registered. Under Section 77 of the Companies Act, companies are required to register charges created on their property, assets, or undertakings with the Registrar of Companies, ROC, within a specified time frame. This registration serves as a formal record of the charge, making it enforceable and legally binding against the company and any third parties dealing with the company. 2. Legal effect of registration. Section 80 states that once a charge is registered under Section 77, any person who acquires the property, assets, or undertakings, or any share or interest therein, of the company will be deemed to have notice of the charge from the date of its registration. This provision has the following key effects. Constructive notice. The law presumes that any third party, including prospective buyers, lenders, or investors, is aware of the charge from the date it is registered with the ROC. This is referred to as constructive notice, which means that the third party is deemed to know about the charge, regardless of whether they have actually checked the public records or not. Protection of charge holder. The provision protects the interests of the creditor or lender holding the charge by ensuring that any transfer of the company's assets does not occur without acknowledging the existing charge. 3. Scope of application. Property and assets. The section applies to any charge on the company's property or assets, regardless of whether the charge is specific, attached to a particular asset, or floating, applicable to a class of assets that may change over time. Undertakings. In addition to physical assets, the section extends to charges over the company's undertakings, which could include business obligations or contracts. Shares and interests. This section also applies to any person acquiring a share or interest in the charged property, ensuring that partial transfers or shared ownership arrangements are equally subject to the notice of charge. 4. Practical implications for third parties. Any person dealing with the company's property or assets, such as a buyer, investor, or lender, must exercise due diligence by checking the records maintained by the ROC to identify any registered charges. Failure to do so may result in acquiring property or interests that are subject to existing liabilities, potentially leading to financial or legal complications. 5. Key takeaways. The date of registration of the charge with the ROC is critical because it establishes the point from which notice is deemed to have been given to all third parties. Parties dealing with a company must always verify the existence of any registered charges to avoid disputes or unintended liabilities. The provision underscores the importance of maintaining up-to-date and accurate records of charges as part of corporate governance and compliance. For more details, contact us.